Welcome to the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Friday, May 18th. This is Gina McGuire. Over the last 2 weeks, we've had above normal precipitation in some areas of the northern half of Nevada into western Utah and even parts of Idaho and Wyoming, as a series of low pressure systems have continued to move across the Great Basin over the last several days and longer. Looking at the snowfall over the last 72 hours, the image on the left, you can see only very high elevation, light amounts of snowfall scattered about parts of the Sierra Nevada up into Idaho and Wyoming. We still do have some snowpack left, however it continues to diminish. In the Sierra, also a little bit left in the Uinta Mountains, and then a little bit greater extent up across central Idaho and Wyoming. However, the snowpack is decreasing in all areas. The satellite image from this morning shows the trough of low pressure has now moved over central areas of the Great Basin and will continue moving eastward. There still are some clouds and light showers over parts of northern Nevada up into northern Utah and Idaho this morning, and we will see showers and thunderstorms increase once again today in areas of the Great Basin. Over the last 24 hours, we saw scattered amounts of lightning over mainly eastern and northern Nevada up into Idaho, Wyoming, and northwest Utah. These thunderstorms produce generally anywhere from a tenth to over a third of an inch of precipitation, with local amounts seeing over a half inch of precipitation. We also saw gusty winds with these thunderstorms and higher humidity, where the wind gusts were above 50 or 60 miles per hour with the stronger storms. Looking at the weather pattern for later today, this trough of low pressure will weaken and move eastward. Therefore, the greater amounts of lightning today will again be over Idaho, Wyoming, and up into the northern half of Utah, with more isolated thunderstorms further west across Nevada. Dispersion will remain good over southern and eastern areas of the Great Basin and a little bit lower near that trough of low pressure and showers further north. Looking at the transport winds for today, generally west to northwest winds across the Great Basin as that trough exits to the east, with wind gusts generally below 25 miles per hour. However, again, near those thunderstorms, we will see gusty outflow winds in excess of 40 or 50 miles per hour at times. Mixing heights will remain high across the Great Basin. As we move into Saturday, this first area of low pressure exits, yet another one will be approaching off the west coast. And with moisture still in place, we'll still see scattered amounts of showers and thunderstorms, but they will be moving further south, so even some areas of southern Nevada and southern Utah may see some isolated showers or thunderstorms as well. Dispersion will remain poor, as between these two areas of low pressure, winds will be weakening, especially over the northern half of the Great Basin. Again, transport winds very light over northern two-thirds of the area. However, we still will see those gusty outflow winds near those thunderstorms, especially over the southern half of the Great Basin and across Utah. Again, mixing heights will remain high across the Great Basin, with the exception of a little bit lower over western Wyoming. As we move into Sunday, this trough slides further south down the west coast, and this will push more moisture, with again scattered showers and thunderstorms across the Great Basin. Again, with this lightning, we will continue over the next week with any lightning to see higher relative humidities and at least some amounts of precipitation ranging between a tenth and a third of an inch in many areas. Dispersion on Sunday will remain poor over the northern half of the Great Basin in this lighter wind flow and showers and thunderstorms, but a little bit better as you move further south. And over southern areas of the Great Basin up into central Nevada and southern Utah and the Arizona Strip is where winds will be a little bit breezier on Sunday, with south winds gusting between 20 and 30 miles per hour. However, again, near thunderstorm activity, as you can kind of see from some of these smaller dots on the map over northern Nevada, we will continue to see gusty outflow winds with the thunderstorms. Mixing heights will decrease a little bit on Sunday over parts of northern Nevada into western Utah, but will be high over the rest of the area. Looking at the forecast clearing index for Utah, you can see today we will see higher clearing indices with the exception of far northern Utah, but they will be decreasing on Saturday, as in between those systems we will see lighter winds. However, again, with thunderstorm activity, we will see some gusty outflow winds, but they will be fairly localized. On Sunday, as winds increase a little bit more as that next system approaches, we will see the clearing indices increase across Utah. Overall forecast amounts of precipitation over the next 3 days are indicated here, and most areas will at least see some wetting rains, with the exception of the Arizona Strip into far southern Nevada and southern Utah, where any precipitation with thunderstorms will be fairly spotty. But other areas will continue to see anywhere from a tenth to a third of an inch of precipitation each day as we see those thunderstorms develop. Moving into early next week, we really don't see a big change in the weather pattern as the west will still be affected by areas of low pressure systems moving through. However, as we move into Monday and this area of low pressure drops further south into Southern California, we will see that deeper moisture also drop a little bit further south, so there will be better potential of some wetting rains with thunderstorms over southern Nevada and even the Arizona Strip into southern Utah, with again scattered showers and thunderstorms really over all areas of the Great Basin again on Monday. Dispersion will remain fairly good over southern areas and a little bit lower over northern areas away from that area of low pressure. On Tuesday, we still are dominated by low pressure with scattered showers and thunderstorms region-wide. And again, generally low dispersion in those areas of lighter wind flow and a little bit higher as you move over southern and far northern areas. Wednesday, that low starts to move a little bit further east, but still scattered showers and thunderstorms generally region-wide, and we should have a little bit better dispersion on Wednesday. As we move into Thursday, that trough starts to move over eastern areas of the Great Basin, so we may see a little bit drier weather move into the Sierra Front and far southern Nevada, with most of the showers and thunderstorms pushing further east over the eastern half of the Great Basin. Generally good dispersion with the exception of parts of Idaho, Wyoming, and the Sierra where those lighter winds will occur. Overall forecast amounts of precipitation from Monday through Wednesday morning are depicted here, and again generally affecting the northern two-thirds of the area, but even over southern Nevada, the Arizona Strip, and southern Utah, we will at least be seeing lighter amounts of precipitation with those thunderstorms. Looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook, which takes us into the last week in May, we're still looking at warm temperatures, so near to above normal temperatures, and that above normal precipitation signature that has been over the Great Basin over the last week or so will be moving eastward, so we will start to see a little bit more of a drying trend as we approach June. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Monday for the latest updates.